Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me right now is Justin Floyd. He's the founder and CEO of RedCloud Technology. It's a private company, and RedCloud will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, taking place in Las Vegas, April 30th through May 2nd, 2024, at the Paris Hotel and Casino. For more information, to meet Justin, to see their presentation, please visit planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Justin, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm great, Robert, and yourself. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to have you. And, thank you for asking. Justin, this is our first time doing an interview together. Can you start us off or provide our audience with a quick overview and history of the company?
Yeah, sure. So I founded RedCloud over a decade ago. I founded it principally to address or to build the world's largest B2B commerce platform. Here we are a decade later. We're doing some incredible numbers. We just crossed the $2 billion annualized trading volume run rate in terms of the transaction flow going through our platform. So we wanted to reinvent the world of B2B commerce and connect the largest purchasing flywheel on earth, which is hundreds of millions of retailers around the world, and the way that those retailers buy their inventory that they sell in their shops to people like you and I. So we've been really focused on building that technology out. We've seen some incredible traction, some incredible engagement right across our network. And we're really excited to be part of your show. And we're hoping to share more about what we've been doing.
Absolutely. So, what would you say makes RedCloud Technology unique and different, your platform unique and different compared to some of your peers out there that might recognize that there has been a similar issue in terms of, there actually being a more robust B2B transaction platform?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the kind of stuff that sits in your shopping basket every day, I mean, talk about 90% of the products that sit inside your typical shopping basket. If you look at when you go to a beauty store or clothes store or a coffee shop or whatever, those businesses literally trade hundreds of billions of times every year buying products from inventory, from distributors, from manufacturers and wholesalers. That whole kind of play is very confusing. It's very difficult for retailers to be able to find quality of inventory that they need. I mean, if you think about, say, a hairdresser, for example, where do they buy, everything from their shampoo to their combs and their brushes? Think about a typical convenience store, where do they buy everything from kind of dried pasta to kind of Coca-Cola? You think about a typical kind of, like a hardware store, where do they buy all that inventory from? Yeah, most people don't worry about that kind of stuff until they walk into that store and then it's not in stock or it's not available. So that all that business forms part of a very large, something called the global B2B supply chain. Supply chain kind of nobody had ever heard of until kind of sort of a few years ago, particularly prior to COVID. Post-COVID, everybody's heard, but everyone's like saying, well, what is the supply chain? How does it work? And the supply chain was built pretty much 100 years ago, and is using technology still in the 1970s. So what we do, and what makes us different, is that we approach this from the small business first. And we said, how do we make it super easy for those small businesses to find the quality inventory they need, be able to trade electronically with manufacturers and distributors in a really kind of very easy and efficient way, either through a web browser or through an app. And so we started to build the world's largest open commerce B2B platform, which would enable any kind of business that wants to sell products to consumers like you and I to be able to buy that inventory very efficiently, very easily by using our technology to be able to find the latest inventory. So think about it, it's kind of a mix between like Google search experience and Amazon. So, when they kind of download our app, they're able to instantly search for products that actually they want, that fits their needs, and they believe that they can sell to consumers. Then they're able to kind of source that inventory easily and efficiently from multiple different distributors or manufacturers directly. It's really kind of, paradigm shift from where the current supply chain sits, where, it's pretty much offline. There's still hundreds of thousands of salespeople going around to mom and pop stores with kind of these big printout papers and, with their yellow highlight pens and saying, well, do you want to order this today or that today? That world is kind of, we're really kind of accelerating, shifting to enable those retailers to trade digitally.
So I have a million questions to follow up on this, and I wish we had more time. But my one follow-up I have to ask is, how do you verify the suppliers on the platform that are actually, they're selling their own inventory to these, prospective store owners, mom and pops?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Actually, where we verify them from is the brands. So actually what we do is we approach the brands first of all, because the brands want to be able to, there's two big problems around e-commerce at the moment, as I'm sure you're aware of, right? Number one is the fact that the level of counterfeit products that are currently appearing across e-commerce platforms. I think, I read a report recently that's saying almost 60% of the inventory at any one time on Amazon's store is counterfeit. You couple that with the fact that, there's this sudden march of massive amounts of Asian products that are coming, directly into, and often in counterfeit way, coming directly into kind of US consumer households. Brands want to get a grip of that. They want to say, look, we need to make sure that whether we're selling anything from, baby powder right the way through to, detergent, right the way through to child's toys, right the way through to, bowls of Pepsi Cola, we want to make sure, whether we're Procter & Gamble, Unilever, or a brand new startup brand, that we've got a vaccinated supply chain, i.e. we can trust where those products are going, where they're being sold, when the retailers are going to receive them. So we create that ability for them. We approach the brands, and the brands actually take us directly into their existing distribution channels and really kind of clean that situation up. So when a retailer comes on board, they know that those brands are real, and that supply chain and that platform is fully verified.
Absolutely. I appreciate your giving some background there, because you pretty much read my mind where I was going with that. So what's your background prior to founding RedCloud?
So I've been a businessman and entrepreneur ever since I was the age of 16. I left school when I was 16. I started my first company up then. I was trading football cards when I was at the age of 11 at school, making some decent money there. Started my first brokerage company up when I was 16. I was lucky enough to sell that by the time I was 21. With that money, I founded a company called Vector Software, which was at one time the world's largest business intelligence technology company. We successfully exited that to a private equity company. I then went on to found a number of different tech businesses, including Cambridge Medical Robotics, which I think is the world's largest medtech company at the moment. And that company's raised over $2 billion worth in venture capital. Octopus, Omnisense, amongst others, Atomic Data. And so, I've been around trying to build technology, really products that really kind of solve the big, hard problems that everyone else wants to go nowhere near. They're really kind of gritty, knotty, industrial, like, oh my God, you must be joking. That looks really difficult. Those are the kinds of products that I love to build and technology I like to adopt. And unfortunately, I've been very successful in doing so.
Very good. All right. So, Justin, my final question for you here today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's goals that you'd like to see achieved in 2024?
So for us, this is all about product build. So it's all about getting our product into the hands of as many retailers as possible and seeing those retailers really start to drive real value from that product. We are into democratizing trade wherever we can. We want to enable the new kind of generation of small businesses, retailers. It could be your sister trading from home. It could be a mom and pop store in the middle of your kind of favorite neighborhood. It can be a big supermarket. What we want to be able to do is enable anybody is currently buying products to trade and sell on to consumers. We want to enable those businesses to be able to use technology far more efficiently than they can do today, to be able to buy their products easier, smarter, and to enable us as consumers, of course, to be able to enjoy better choice, better convenience, and lower prices from those retailers.
Very good. Well, Justin, where can our audience go and find more information on RedCloud Technology?
RedCloudTechnology.com, www.redcloudtechnology.com, where you'll follow us on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. You'll see us all over there, and you can see firsthand. You can hear some really great customer stories and hear how small businesses are really revolutionizing their trading environment using the RedCloud platform.
Very good. Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining me today. Really
Thank you, Robert.
appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. We'll see you in Vegas.
Look forward to it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.